Hit the like and comment, please. Let's peck away at that algorithm. Well, I got some work to do. I'm gonna fix up this El Capitan marine epoxy, and I'm gonna put it on the big cracks. See them slats, the up and down ones, the vertical ones. Those are steel with a concrete form that was formed, and some of them cracked. They got a big crack. The little teeny cracks, I'm just going to fill them up with primer and paint. But the big cracks, I'm going to put some marine epoxy in them. Try to make them last as long as I can. I'm thinking about fiberglassing them and using some colored resin in the fiberglass and fiberglassing the slats so that I won't have to repair them over and over again. And that concrete slats, they're kind of flimsy. So, and they're cracking. So, I want to put some fiberglass on them. I'm just, I'm 64. It's a big job going all the way across there. On each one individual one, I would have to take I put that plastic at the bottom, if you could see it, across the bottom there, so that chickens couldn't get through there and dogs and stuff. So I have to take that apart, and fiberglass, I don't know how many I could do in one day, because it kicks off, you put the kicker in there and it kicks it off fairly quick. So I could probably only do half of one in each batch. I'll cut use some like a sheet and cut them so they're perfect diameter to go around the slat for each one. Cut them in ahead of time, then put some resin on the I would really need to get the paint off of there first. I don't know if that will work. Maybe I should try a couple of them and just go over the paint with put the resin on the paint and then coat it with that mat. It's a fiberglass mat. Coat that around there, and then use a colored resin, which I would just stick with white. Unless they had some blue to match my roof, I would do that. And fiberglass all the slats across there. And really, probably the weight of stainless is riding on there. I really like to do those, but you'd have to rough up all the stainless, rough it up real good. The fiberglass will go on steel and stainless. I've done that before. I used to make fiberglass. If you ever see the California, Washington, Oregon coast, you see those baby blue lifeguard towers, fiberglass lifeguard towers, all up and down the coast. I made all those. I didn't make the whole thing. We had a crew, but I worked in a fiberglass shop in California for a while, like a couple years. It was horrible. You had to wear the mask in the shop. You had to wear a full face mask, so that you don't breathe in any of that fiberglass. That's essential. You don't want to be sanding on. You could put it on there, the resin and mats on there and everything without a mask. But if you ever sand it or anything like that, you got to have a mask on to protect your lungs. And that's horrible. It's horrible. And you'd have to do some sanding. After I fiberglass, maybe I'll do a test thing, just over the paint. Test about 4 of them, on the corner over here, and finish them off completely. Put the fiberglass mats on there, let it kick off, cure for a couple days, and then sand them, and then maybe put a little bit more resin on there before you sanded it out. I didn't make the whole thing. We had forms and everything, and I just when they made the pieces, I put all the pieces together and then where one piece met another, I would dig a V groove in there and fill it with what's called cabosil. Cabosil is nothing but ground up fiberglass to a dust, mixed with the colored resin that you're using on the same color they used on the, like on the wall, and then you blend it in and buff it out, and you can't even tell there was a seam there. That's what I did. They made the pieces and I put it all together, and that included the benches inside. They had, like, inside the lifeguard tower, they had shelves and stuff to put their stuff, laptops or whatever they use in there. And then that had some steel in it. You can fiberglass right over steel and all that stuff. So it's a big job, but it would make it so that I wouldn't have to do any more maintenance to those slats at all. If I got it right, and the first test, if I got that right and it lasted, it didn't look like it was peeling off from the paint, I would just continue on and do the whole thing. I think I should do a test piece. I just get one mat, get a little resin and the color that I want, and then whatever's available, white or blue, then I would put that on there. And if it works, I would have to wait a while though. Wait like 6 months, see, does that work good? Does it peel off? Does it peel off from the paint? That's going to be the test. But right now, I'm just filling in the crap. I'm going to mix these two up on a piece of cardboard. I got the ladder out there already. You can see it over there in the corner. I'm going to go over there and fix that side. Then, if I still feel like it, I'm going to paint the top with that ladder. Paint the primer on there. I still got to go across that whole half. I'm going to finish it off over there on those two sections on the side of the gate from the steps over to the left. I'm going to finish that off, be ready for the finish coat. All it is latex gloss, semi-gloss. And it lasted already a couple years already, so. But I don't know, fiberglass I think would be better. I wouldn't have to ever worry about painting it or anything again. Just clean it. So that's my deal. And right now I'm just sitting back with a cold drink, enjoying the ocean, waiting for the heat to go down a little bit. It's super hot. I got this, just my t-shirt I would sleep in, white t-shirt. I wouldn't normally wear this outside, but in the heat, this white t-shirt's a good idea. I'm enjoying my retirement right now. Dreading mixing this marine epoxy up, and because once I mix it, I gotta go Jackson. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to today. And if you never watched this channel, I retired at 62 and got my Social Security check, and that's all I got. I don't have any other income from any other source, except I do got $76 a month until my wife, I extended it. You had a choice whether to I could have took like 150 a month. I didn't work there long, but they had a good retirement thing. I didn't work there long, so I didn't make that much. They give you a choice of like 150 some for my life till I die, or my wife is much younger than me. She's only like 41 now. Or I could choose $76 and some change every month until she passes away. So that's going to give her, taxes are low here, so she's going to have that to pay the taxes on this until she passes away. She's only 41, so I think that was a good decision. I don't care about the extra $75 a month. I didn't really need it. And so you don't make much off of retirement. You get less, only like 60 or 65% of your normal retirement if you retire at 62. But in January I'll be 64. No, I'll be 65. So then in 2 more years after that, I'll be able to retire at full retirement. No, I'm not gonna. I already been retired for 2 years already and got 2 more years to go. So that was 4 years. I could not retire and I don't want to work. I don't want to punch no clock anymore. You know, I didn't make all that great of money or anything, you know, but I made enough to survive. And I fashioned my life so that 8 hours, 40 hours a week was plenty to cover all my bills, and then I could save a little bit. But if you work me in, you know, which they needed me a lot, you know, I programmed computers, CNC equipment to cut aircraft carrier shafts and stuff like that for a private company for the U.S. Navy. So they needed me a lot. So, and then I trained millennials in my last few years. Kevin! I see the coconut tree. Oh. Okay, so I just barely got that done before the marine epoxy kicked off and got hard. You know, the sun was making it, it's super hot here right now. It's like 85. And then here on this concrete, it's probably 90. Anyway, I'll show you what I was doing right then and what I was doing with that rag right there. That rag is super, I brought it out here super wet. So to smooth the epoxy down, you see right there that crack that's happening. This is a formed concrete bar with steel inside each one. And I wanted to, it was my, you know, command really to make it like this so that you could have the best view you could of the surf. I didn't want to block off too much. I was trying to open up the view. So you see the crack that happened though right there. It's not their fault. It's, you know, that I wanted skinny little poles so you could see. And I still want them, even though they're cracking. But this is what I was doing. I didn't get to that one yet because I only made a little batch. You see here, that one was just as big. You see how wide the crack was in that one spot. Some of it is overlap, but I took that rag and smoothed it out so when I paint it, I prime it and paint it, it'll be fine. If I prime it, and you can see real good right here where I was wiping, it filled the crack up with marine epoxy. And that should stop it from further cracking also. So I did all these right here and smoothed them down with a wet rag. Right now, we're gonna take a water break because it's hot out here. Really, this section right here is done. I can just do some epoxy for this and I'll be done. Just that one crack, really. The little minor cracks like that, I'll just fill it in with paint. And, you know, primer and then the finish coat. So really I only need a little batch. Yeah, this one's basically done. That little crack right there is debatable. I might add a little bit to that because it opened up beyond a hairline. You can see right here where I wiped it. It was when it was the wettest. And you know, it would go down to the line. It's not all the way. I could wipe this some more. I think I will. I don't want to sand it. Here's an idea of the process. You see the crack. We're just gonna mud it up. Force it into the crack. Push it in there. It's starting to get sticky, so it's already kicking off. But this is the end of the process. Then just scrape it off. See how it filled up the crack? It works. It's a marine epoxy, so it should work well. It's hard to do this and hold the camera, believe me. And without getting marine epoxy on your iPhone, you know, you don't want to do that. It's getting too hard right now. So what I'll do is scrape it all off. Just keep in mind it's going to be primed and painted after this. Scrape it off like that. That was a wide crack right there. It's starting to get dark, so I'm going to show you real quick. So you see that? It's going to stay in the crack, but the outside of it is going to come off. See that? Don't try this at home. You know, because you don't want a funny look when you paint. You don't want this extra on the outside. The idea is to keep from sanding. This is a lot easier. Wiping it with a wet rag is a lot easier than sanding it. No, sanding is a lot of dust. Like, see that section right there where I just worked on a little crack. Just wipe it off. See, that was a big fat crack right there. You see that where it filtered in? It's hard work. Don't let the sun go down on me. Don't let the sun. So I can get off this ladder now. Yeah, I didn't fall. Yay! Still alive. Still alive. See how I would have to sand the crap out of that, right? No. Let's not do that. Job well done. Now I'm just relaxing. This is the best part. Yeah. I'm in the Bakubo, right where everything started at. I got a fan here in the Bakubo, so I can come here. It's my retreat here and cool off and then go back to work. So I got all that cracks done on that side and got them smoothed out so I can prime them. So the next step is to prime that side and finish it off before a typhoon comes. And then I had some leftovers, so I put a couple little, I hit a big crack over there and smoothed it out. So I'm ahead on this side already. So it's all cool. Market that. Sunday, Sunday. Wait. He took the back way.
Sige, 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 no problem.
Hello.
Okay? Bakit nga? Oo. Sir, good morning. Magmanga lang daw, no?
Chickens are going for a ride. Oh, I've never seen an egret land in a tree before. What's wrong with them? Hey, where'd he go? Oh, he's still there. Just pretended like, oh, it's a good trick. I had to come back here. This is my favorite spot now. You know, I see the water so much. This place is awesome, man. I can actually feel my blood pressure going down. It's borderline. It's been 130/90 since I was 18 years old. It's been 130/90 steadily ever since I was 18. And it still is 130/90. Or 130/85. 131/85 last time I checked. When I got a physical. Wow, look, just look, man. Oh my God. Oh. You see that egret flying over there? He's looking for little frogs and fish. He doesn't bother to, he's good for the rice field. He eats all the insect, and I don't know if he eats insect. I know he eats fish and little frogs and stuff. Which he shouldn't be eating little frogs, they eat mosquitoes. Wow, what a great place to live, right? If you just had the ocean over here on this side, and I look out my front, and I saw this, that would be optimum, man. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Even these ducks, is that ducks? That's ducks. Yeah. They like it too. Wow. Awesome. I wish there was some shade here though. It's the only, man, maybe I'll ride over to, yeah, I'm gonna ride over to that place. Check that out. I haven't checked it out in a long time. That's evacuation housing. A few people live there, but not many. Let's go check it out. Also, I'm at the tip top of the evacuation houses. And they got this a nice view from here. I was down there, but you couldn't see the water. I was down there somewhere where you can only see the fields. But you could see this place, but wow, what a view. Hardly anybody lives here, just only a few people. Like nobody lives along these road right here, right here. So I'll make my way back down. It's pretty cool. I can't film the steep roads. I cannot film while I'm riding a motorcycle. So it looks pretty cool from up here. Wow, check this out, man. During a major typhoon, we might have to come here and camp out. I don't know what is in these. I looked in one of these buildings one time and it was kind of stripped down. They never finished building these things. Well, let's check this one out. It's open. Ooh. It's a small room with a sink. But you know, you're just going to stay here for a minute. You can get some water and wash your dishes here. But I mean, you couldn't stay here long, but in an emergency situation, you could camp out here. Just bring a little, you know, my wife she grills real good. Just sweep it out, you know. Camp out if it's allowed. I think it's allowed in an emergency situation. Wow. There's the top of the mountains that we saw from down there. It's kind of hard to drive on these slanted roads, Joe. It's difficult. There's some moo cows. Hey, moo cow. Ooh. I think they're saying move. You're not supposed to be in my area. All right, 62 out because my wife and daughter are coming back from the dentist. They're traveling on a bus and she don't have a key, so I'm gonna go meet them, let them in the house. Yeah. So I got a little bit more painting done here. Kept that down there to keep the drips off the cement. That's ugly. Anyway, that pan is empty. I got the primer from, I just got to get a ladder and get the top and get these slats. I decided to see where these are, they had a form that they got steel in it with a form around it. And some of them are cracking. Like this is a pretty bad crack. I plan on just putting some, there's not many bad ones like that one. Might just try to fill that one with paint. But a bad one like that, there's a couple of them. There's another one down here. I'm gonna put some marine epoxy in those bad ones right there. And smooth that out. Kind of like you're caulking. I could probably use some bathroom caulk. No, that wouldn't work as good as marine epoxy. I got some in there already, left over. So, and then I need to clean the top up there some, sand it a little bit, chip out that paint right there, and then put the primer up there. Then I'm gonna finish off this whole half. You know, I did the steps the other day. Wow, as soon as I came out here, I stepped on one of those really long inch-and-a-half long romas and went right up in my foot. That was the first thing that happened as soon as I came out here. So there you go. That's the, I didn't do that. That's what it looked like. See down there, it looked like that down here before. It's Saturday, so no running anybody back and forth to school. But they commuted this morning because my car is in the shop getting fixed. And news on that, you know, I had to pay 7,500 participation fee pesos when I picked the car up, and he's the guy that hit me. He's gonna, you know, through the police department, he's gonna pay the participation fee. But ever since we got in that accident, he got in another accident on his motorcycle. So I don't know. He's claiming that he used that money to that he saved for us for that. Can he make a partial payment? And so my wife and the police are dealing with him. So I don't know. They said no. So I don't know. What's, you know, I'm out of it. I don't have anything to do with it. I would say if he could set a payment plan, I think, as far as I'm concerned. But like I said, I'm out of it. I think I'm just going to stay out of it because this is the Philippines, and my wife and the police are Filipinos and Filipina. So it's as low key as I could stay. That's how I'm going to stay. Welcome to 62 to freedom.